All right, folks. Early evals for O3. This is what we're getting. This is what they just said. Early evals for O3. Welcome everyone to this like impromptu stream where we're going to also live stream or restream, I guess, the OpenAI announcement, the last day of 12 days of OpenAI announcements. And we literally just got the tweet that says early evals for OpenAI 03. Early evals for OpenAI 03. That's going to be very exciting. And that's going to start in about 9 minutes. And yeah, very interesting. That's going to start. Yeah, I'm going to probably going to post under their tweet, watch party here, watch party here, YouTube. Where's our YouTube? So if you are just listening on the, you're just listening on the space, let me add the YouTube here as well, or X space. But we're gonna restream this very soon, and you are more than welcome to join us. Let me add this to the top of the space so you guys can see. And yeah, let me put some music because we're gonna get started very soon. But yeah, early evals is supposed to be very exciting. It's gonna be crazy exciting. I'm stoked. I'm stoked. I call this FridAI because why not? So you guys want to actually see the thing, it's going to be on top, but you'll hear it here as well. If you're driving or something else, like, by the way, hey, yeah, you'll see it here. And this is the last day of the OpenAI 12 days of AI. Welcome, everyone. By the way, my name is Alex Volkov. I'm an AI evangelist with Weights and Biases. And here with me, I have my co-host here, Weave from Weights and Biases, WNB Weave. And yeah, it doesn't look like, I see folks saying, I hope they actually release something, not just evals. I don't know if we're going to get a release today, but if they release some crazy evals, then this could be enough of a release on its own. What do you think? But I think it's going to be exciting. Regardless of whether or not they're releasing something today or not, we're going to do a recap. We're just going to run through whatever. Wow, we're picking up. It was like almost 600 people watching. What's up? It was crazy. We are going to do a recap of the 12 days. So welcome, everyone. It's going to get started very soon. And we're going to live stream this here. And then we're going to do an analysis. Hey, Cristiano, welcome. It's going to get started very soon. I just want to make sure that the sound works. So let's see if the sound works. Let me switch back. Yeah, sound should work. Let me refresh and make sure that the video started. Okay, video starts. All right, folks. Can somebody confirm, Roman or Tsufri or folks who listen on the Twitter space, can you hear the little sound? Can you hear the waves, the sound waves? Folks on Twitter space, let me know if you can hear the ambient music that OpenAI plays. All right, cool. So we're good. No, I'm seeing no. Oh no. Okay, that's not great. Okay, I'm seeing folks. If you can't hear the music, that's not great. Yeah, it is quiet. It's very quiet. Alrighty, folks. We're just like 4 minutes out. Just as a reminder, we have a Twitter space going, and we have a live stream going. We're almost at 2,000 watchers. So if you are, if you're interested to watch together with us and not just listen, feel free to hit that X Twitter Twitter live stream. Sorry, I'm trying to scramble with the technical things. We also have folks on LinkedIn. Let's go. We're going to restream. It's a watch party for the last day of the 12 days of OpenAI's gifts. I'm personally fully excited. I know that some people are disappointed. I don't care about those people. I am very excited about most of the stuff. So we're actually going to do a recap. I'm going to invite a few friends. I'm going to invite a few friends. So after, we're going to see whatever it is that we're going to get an announcement in just 3 minutes. We'll also be having a recap of everything that they've announced. And there's a lot, folks. Really, there's a lot. We're going to do one by one. I've taken notes on most of it. We actually started the... Let's switch back to here. All right. The first of the 12 days was during FridAI, which is a show that I host on a weekly basis. It's called FridAI. It's right here in the corner for you. If you haven't checked it out, please check it out. And the last one is on Friday. So yeah, we're gonna see it soon. Right now, folks are seeing a few streams open, and we're going to get 03. Hopefully more than evals, but they said they're going to start with a bang, and they did start with a bang. They released 01 and 01 Pro Mode, which many of our friends are saying that it's crazy, and now they're going to get now they're going to announce 03, and they skipped 02 apparently. So it's going to be very, very interesting. It's going to get very, very interesting. I'm very excited. Hey, Wolfram.
Hi.
How are you, man?
Yeah, doing good. I just saw the notice. I was still setting up stuff, and so I decided, less time. Just want to watch as well.
All right, and afterwards we're going to do a recap, and hopefully we'll have a friend join us. We'll see. I've invited. Right, I'm excited. I should have brought my Santa hat. For this
I should have too. I don't know where it is. Probably the kids have it.
Alrighty, folks. We're approaching 3,000 watchers. That's crazy. Let's go. Let's go. Come on, OpenAI. Start on time. All right. Countdown 1 minute.
Before Google releases something.
Yeah, quick. Logan, release something super quick. It's been a crazy 12 days because OpenAI officially did like an announcement of 12 days of releases. Meanwhile, Google released like 7 things without announcing. So Google released the 1206 Gemini, and then Gemini 2 Flash, and then Gemini 2 Thinking, and then VO, and there's like a bunch of stuff from Google as well. So we got folks, we crossed 3,000 views, yay! But we got like a bunch of stuff. All right, folks, we're starting.
Good morning. We have an exciting one for you today. We started this 12-day event 12 days ago with the launch of O1, our first reasoning model. It's been amazing to see what people are doing with that and very gratifying to hear how much people like it. We view this as sort of the beginning of the next phase of AI, where you can use these models to do increasingly complex tasks that require a lot of reasoning. And so for the last day of this event, we thought it would be fun to go from one frontier model to our next frontier model. Today, we're going to talk about that next frontier model, which you would think logically maybe should be called O2. But out of respect to our friends at Telefonica, and in the grand tradition of OpenAI being really, truly bad at names, it's going to be called O3. Actually, we're not going to we're going to announce two models today, O3 and O3 Mini. O3 is a very, very smart model. O3 Mini is an incredibly smart model, but still, really good at performance and cost. So to get the bad news out of the way first, we're not going to publicly launch these today. The good news is we're going to make them available for public safety testing starting today. You can apply, and we'll talk about that later. We've taken safety testing seriously as our models get more and more capable. And at this new level of capability, we want to try adding a new part of our safety testing procedure, which is to allow public access for researchers that want to help us test. We'll talk more at the end about when these models, when we expect to make these models generally available. But we're so excited to show you what they can do, to talk about their performance. Got a little surprise. We'll show you some demos. And without further ado, I'll hand it over to Mark to talk about it.
Cool. Thank you so much, Sam. So my name is Mark. I lead research at OpenAI. And I want to talk a little bit about O3's capabilities. Now, O3 is a really strong model at very hard technical benchmarks. And I want to start with coding benchmarks, if you could bring those up. So on software style benchmarks, we have SweetBench Verified, which is a benchmark consisting of real-world software tasks. We're seeing that O3 performs at about 71.7% accuracy, which is over 20% better than our O1 models. Now, this really signifies that we're really climbing the frontier of utility as well. On competition code, we see that O1 achieves an ELO on this contest coding site called Codeforce about 1891. At our most aggressive high test time compute settings, we're able to achieve almost like a 27 ELO here.
So Mark was a competitive programmer, actually still coaches competitive programming. Very, very good. What is your?
I think my best at a comparable site was about 2,500.
That's tough.
Well, I will say, our chief scientist, this is also better than our chief scientist Jakob's score.
I think there's one guy at OpenAI who's still like a 3,000 something.
Yeah,
gets a few more months to enjoy.
Hopefully we have a couple of months to enjoy there. Great.
I mean, this model is incredible at programming.
Yeah, and not just programming, but also mathematics. So we see that on competition math benchmarks, just like competitive programming, we achieve very, very strong scores. So O3 gets about 96.7% accuracy versus an O1 performance of 83.3% on the AMI.
What's your best AMI score?
I did get a perfect score once.
All right.
So I'm safe. But yeah,
congratulations.
Really what this signifies is that O3 often just misses one question whenever we test it on this very hard feeder exam for the USA Mathematical Olympiad. There's another very tough benchmark, which is called GPQA Diamond. And this measures the model's performance on PhD level science questions. Here we get another state-of-the-art number, 87.7%, which is about 10% better than our O1 performance, which was at 78%. Just to put this in perspective, if you take an expert PhD, they typically get about 70% in kind of their field of strength here. So one thing that you might notice, from some of these benchmarks is that we're reaching saturation for a lot of them, or nearing saturation. So the last year has really highlighted the need for really harder benchmarks to accurately assess where our frontier models lie. And I think a couple have emerged as fairly promising over the last months. One in particular I want to call out is FridAI's Frontier Math benchmark. Now, you can see the scores look a lot lower than they did for the previous benchmarks we showed. And this is because this is considered today the toughest mathematical benchmark out there. This is a data set that consists of novel, unpublished, and also very hard to test.
These are extremely hard.
Yeah, very, very hard problems. Even Turnstile says, it would take professional mathematicians hours or even days to solve one of these problems. And today, all offerings out there have less than 2% accuracy on this benchmark. And we're seeing with O3, in aggressive test time settings, we're able to get over 25%. Yeah.
That's awesome.
In addition to FridAI's Frontier Math benchmark, we have one more surprise for you guys. So I want to talk about the ARC benchmark at this point, but I would love to invite one of our friends, Greg, who is the president of the ARC Foundation, on to talk about this benchmark.
Wonderful. Sam and Mark, thank you very much for having us today.
Of course.
Hello, everybody. My name is Greg Camrad, and I'm the president of the ARC Prize Foundation. Now, ARC Prize is a nonprofit with the mission of being a North Star towards AGI through and during benchmarks. So our first benchmark, ARC AGI, was developed in 2019 by Francois Chollet in his paper on the measure of intelligence. However, it has been unbeaten for 5 years. Now, in AI world, it feels like centuries is where it is. So the system that beats ARC AGI is going to be an important milestone towards general intelligence. But I'm excited to say today that we have a new state-of-the-art score to announce. Before I get into that, though, I want to talk about what ARC AGI is. So I would love to show you an example here. ARC AGI is all about having input examples and output examples.
Well, they're good.
They're good? Okay. Input examples and output examples. Now, the goal is you want to understand the rule of the transformation and guess it on the output. So, Sam, what do you think is happening in here?
Probably putting a dark blue square in the empty space.
See, yes, that is exactly it. Now, that is really, it's easy for humans to intuitively guess what that is. It's actually surprisingly hard for AI to understand what's going on. So I want to show one more hard example here. Now, Mark, I'm going to put you on the spot. What do you think is going on in this task?
Okay, so you take each of these yellow squares, you count the number of colored kind of squares there, and you create a border of that width.
That is exactly it, and that's much quicker than most people, so congratulations on that. What's interesting, though, is AI has not been able to get this problem thus far, and even though that we verified that a panel of humans could actually do it. Now, the unique part about ARC AGI is every task requires distinct skills. And what I mean by that is there won't be another task that you need to fill in the corners with blue squares. But we do that on purpose. And the reason why we do that is because we want to test the model's ability to learn new skills on the fly. We don't just want it to repeat what it's already memorized. That's the whole point here. Now, ARC AGI version 1 took 5 years to go from 0% to 5% with leading frontier models. However, today, I'm very excited to say that O3 has scored a new state-of-the-art score that we have verified. On low compute for O3, it has scored 75.7 on ARC AGI's semi-private holdout set. Now, this is extremely impressive because this is within the compute requirements that we have for our public leaderboard, and this is the new #1 entry on ARC AGI Pub. So congratulations to that.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Now, as a capabilities demonstration, when we ask O3 to think longer and we actually ramp up to high compute, O3 was able to score 85.7% on the same hidden holdout set. This is especially important.
87.5.
Sorry, 87.5, yes. This is especially important because human performance is comparable at 85% threshold. So being above this is a major milestone. And we have never tested a system that has done this or any model that has done this beforehand. So this is new territory in the ARC AGI world. Congratulations with that.
Congratulations for making such a great benchmark.
Yeah. When I look at these scores, I realize I need to switch my worldview a little bit. I need to fix my AI intuitions about what AI can actually do and what it's capable of, especially in this O3 world. But the work also is not over yet, and these are still the early days of AI. So we need more enduring benchmarks like ARC AGI to help measure and guide progress. And I am excited to accelerate that progress, and I'm excited to partner with OpenAI next year to develop our next frontier benchmark.
Amazing. You know, it's also a benchmark that we've been targeting and been on our mind for a very long time. So excited to work with you in the future.
Worth mentioning that we target and we think it's an awesome benchmark.
Yeah.
We didn't go do specific work for
special
this. This is
cases,
just the general of 3. But yeah, really appreciate the partnership. And this was a fun one to do.
Absolutely. And even though this has done so well, ARC Prize will continue in 2025. And anybody can find out more at arcprize.org.
Great. Thank you so much for coming on.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, so next up, we're going to talk about O3 Mini. O3 Mini is a thing that we're really, really excited about, and Hongyu, who trained the model, will come out and join us.
Hey.
Hey, Sam.
How are you?
Hey.
Hi, everyone. I'm Hongyu Ren. I'm an OpenAI researcher working on reasoning. So this September, we released O1 Mini. which is an efficient reasoning model in the O1 family that's really capable of math and coding, probably among the best in the world, given the low cost. So now, together with O3, I'm very happy to tell you more about O3 Mini, which is a brand new model in the O3 family that truly defines a new cost-efficient reasoning frontier.
It's incredible.
Yeah, though it's not available to our users today, we are opening access to the model to our safety and security researchers to test the model out. With the release of adaptive thinking time in the API a couple of days ago, for O3 Mini, we'll support 3 different options: low, medium, and high reasoning effort. So the users can freely adjust the thinking time based on their different use cases. So for example, for some, we may want the model to think longer for more complicated problems and think shorter with like simpler ones. With that, I'm happy to show the first set of evals of O3 Mini. So on the left-hand side, we show the coding evals. So it's like code versus ELO, which measures how good a programmer is, and the higher is better. So as we can see on the plot, with more thinking time, O3 Mini is able to have like increasing ELO, outperforming O1 Mini. And with like median thinking time, it's able to measure even better than O1.
Yeah, so it's like for an order of magnitude more speed and cost, we can deliver the same code performance on this eval,
or even better
or even
experience,
better.
right? So although it's like the O3 Mini High is still like a couple hundred points away from Mark, it's not far. That's better than me, probably.
But just an incredible sort of cost to performance gain over what we've been able to offer with O1, and we think people will really love this.
Yeah, I hope so. So on the right-hand plot, we show the estimated cost versus code versus ELO trade-off. So it's pretty clear that O3 Mini defines like a new cost-efficient reasoning frontier on coding. So it's achieved like better performance, compared better performance than O1 with a fraction of cost.
Amazing.
With that being said, I would like to do a live demo.
That sounds great.
On O3 Mini. And hopefully you can test out all the 3 different like low, medium, high thinking time of the model. So let me paste the prompt. So I'm testing out O3 Mini High first. And the task is that I'm asking the model to use Python to implement a code generator and executor. So if I launch this, run this like Python script, it will launch a server locally with a UI that contains a text box. And then we can make coding requests in a text box. It will send the request to call O3 Mini API, and O3 Mini API will solve the task and return a piece of code, and it will then save the code locally on my desktop, and then open a terminal to execute the code automatically. So it's a
very complicated,
pretty complicated task, right? And it outputs like a big chunk of code. So if we copy the code and paste it to our server, and then we would like to launch this server.
So we should get a text box when you're launching it.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Oh yeah,
I hope so.
Yeah.
It seems to be launching something.
Okay.
Oh, great. We have a UI where we can enter some coding prompts. Let's try out a simple one, like print OpenAI and a random number. Submit. So it's sending the request to O3 Mini Medium, so it should be pretty fast, right? So on this
41.
terminal, yeah, 41. That's the magic number, right? So it saves the generated code to this like local script on the desktop and then print out OpenAI 41. Is there any other tasks you guys want to test it out?
I wonder if you could get it to get its own GPQA numbers.
That's a great ask. Just as what I expected. We practiced a lot yesterday. Yeah. Okay, so now let me copy the code. And send it in the code UI. So in this task, we asked the model to evaluate O3 mini with the low reasoning effort on this hard GPQA data set. And the model needs to first download the raw file from this URL, and then it needs to basically figure out which part is a question, which part is the answer, or which part is the options, right? And then formulate all the questions, and then ask the model to answer it, and then parse the result, and then to grade it.
That's actually blazingly fast.
Yeah, and it's actually really fast because it's calling the O3 mini with low reasoning effort. Yeah, let's see how it goes.
I guess 2 tests are really hard here.
Yeah, the long tail is often the problem.
Go, go, go.
Yeah, GPQA is a hard data set.
Yes.
Yeah, it contains like maybe 196 easy problems and 2 really hard problems.
While we're waiting for this, do you want to show what the request was again?
Oh, it actually returns the results.
Okay.
It's 61.62%, right?
Amazing.
62%, right?
Cool,
With a low reasoning effort model, it's actually pretty fast. Then full evaluation in a minute. And
Somehow very cool to like just ask a model to evaluate itself like
yeah,
this.
exactly, right? And if we just summarize what we just did, we asked the model to write a script to evaluate itself on this like hard GPQA data set from a UI, right? From this code generator and executor created by the model itself in the first place.
Next year, we're going to bring you on, and you're going to have to ask the model to improve itself.
Yeah, let's definitely ask the model to improve it next time.
Maybe not.
Besides code forces and GPQA, the model is also a pretty good math model. So we show on this plot with like on this AMI 2024 data set, O3 mini low achieves comparable performance with O1 mini, and O3 mini medium achieves like comparable better performance than O1 if we check the solid bar, which are pass of ones. And we can further push the performance with O3 mini high, right? And on the right-hand side plot, when we measure the latency on this like anonymized O1 preview traffic, we show that O3 mini low drastically reduced the latency of O1 mini, right? Almost like achieving comparable latency with GPT-4o. Where it's under a second, so probably it's like instant response. And O3 mini medium is like half the latency of O1. And here's another set of evals that I'm even more excited to show you guys is API features, right? We get a lot of requests from our developer communities to support like function calling, structured outputs, developer messages on all mini series models. And here, O3 mini will support all these features, same as O1. And notably, it achieves like comparable better performance than for O on most of the evals, providing a more cost-effective solution to our developers.
Cool.
And if we actually unveil the true GPQA diamond performance that I ran a couple of days ago, it actually also means though is actually 62%, right? We basically ask the model to evaluate itself.
Yeah.
Right. Next time we should totally just ask the model to automatically do the evaluation instead of us doing it. Yeah. So with that, that's it for O3 mini, and I hope our user can have a much better user experience early next year.
Fantastic work.
Yeah. Thank you
really
so much.
great work on you.
Thank you.
Cool. So I know you're excited to get this in your own hands, and we're working very hard to post-train this model to do some safety interventions on top of the model, and we're doing a lot of internal safety testing right now. But something new we're doing this time is we're also opening up this model to external safety testing, starting today with O3 mini, and also eventually with O3. So how do you get early access as a safety researcher or a security researcher? You can go to our website, and you can see a form like this one that you see on the screen. And applications for this form are rolling. They'll close on January 10th. And we really invite you to apply. We're excited to see what kind of things that you can explore with this and what kind of jailbreaks and other things you discover. Cool. Great. So one other thing that I'm excited to talk about is a new report that we published, I think yesterday or today, that advances our safety program. And this is a new technique called deliberative alignment. Typically, when we do safety training on top of our models, we're trying to learn this decision boundary of what's safe and what's unsafe, right? And usually it's just through showing examples, pure examples of this is a safe prompt, this is an unsafe prompt. But we can now leverage the reasoning capabilities that we have from our models to find a more accurate safety boundary here. And this technique, called deliberative alignment, allows us to take a safety spec, allows the model to reason over a prompt, and also just tell, is this a safe prompt or not? Oftentimes within the reasoning, it will just uncover that, hey, this user is trying to trick me, or they're expressing this kind of intent that's hidden. So even if you kind of try to cipher your prompts, oftentimes the reasoning will break that. And the primary result you see is in this figure that's shown over here. We have our performance on a rejection benchmark on the x-axis and on over-refusals on the y-axis. And here to the right is better. So this is our ability to accurately tell when we should reject something, also our ability to tell when we should refuse something. And typically, you think of these two metrics as having some sort of trade-off.
It's really hard to do well on both
Yeah,
at the same time.
it is really hard to do, yeah. But it seems with deliberative alignment that we can get these two green points on the top right, whereas the previous models, the red and blue points, signify the performance of our previous models. So we're really starting to leverage safety to leverage reasoning to get better safety.
Yeah, I think this is a really great result of safety.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Okay, so to sum this up, O3 Mini and O3, apply please if you'd like for safety testing to help us test these models as an additional step. We plan to launch O3 Mini around the end of January and full O3 shortly after that. But that will, the more people can help us safety test, the more we can make sure we hit that. So please check it out. And thanks for following along with us with this. It's been a lot of fun for us. We hope you've enjoyed it too. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas from OpenAI and O3. God damn it, wow. Folks have been leaving comments here, and there's one thing that I saw that folks posted. Like 3 people asked whether or not this is AGI, and is this it? Is this it? Is this it? Do we consider this AGI? I don't know. Wolfram.
Yeah, I think it's an important component. The intelligence is there. And I think if you combine that with an agent, like they did copy and pasting here, if you take that as a brain and put it in the agent to do something, then that could really be AGI if it works like that.
This was insane. So, folks, welcome back from the stream of the last day of OpenAI's announcements. What we've got today was evaluations and announcement of a new frontier model from OpenAI, 2 models from OpenAI, O3 and O3 Mini. They skipped O2 because of Telefonica. They skipped O2 because of Telefonica with the O2 Arena, which is a copyright holder for O2. And then we got a bunch of benchmarks, including a very surprising one to me, which is a ARC Prize. Very, very difficult challenge that hasn't been broken for the past 5 years. And Greg Camera, the friend of the pod of ours, that showed up suddenly. I was DMing Greg to come here to talk with us and watch it together. And ta-da! Greg showed up with Sam Altman on OpenAI. So yeah, we got new frontier models for OpenAI announcement that they have them, O3 and O3 Mini, and we're going to go. We're going to go through some evaluations. We're also going to go through just the 12 days, just to recap and everything, because wow, what incredible push, and very excited for next year. Yes, folks are posting, excited for next year. I'm excited. I'm already excited right now. Yeah, folks are saying that it's been a just an absolute like push in capabilities, but. Yeah, let's do a recap, Wolfram, of what we saw today, and then we'll run through like the 12 days super quick, and then we'll let you go because it's Friday before Christmas. You're probably gonna need to go and do shopping, but we have around 4,000 people have been watching with us. So if you're still with us so far, let me just like do a quick recap of who we are. My name is Alex Volkov. I'm an AI evangelist with Weights and Biases. With me, Wolfram. Feel free to present yourself to the folks.
Yeah. I'm an AI engineer from Germany and most known for my benchmarks and postings and contributor to a couple of open source AI projects.
And besides being with you and watching together OpenAI events, we are hosting a weekly show called Thursday on Thursdays. Today is not a Thursday, but today is incidentally the last day of OpenAI's 12 days of announcements, and we had to jump in and do a watch party together. We may have a friend join us as well, and help dissect everything. So let's actually do some evaluation run through. I took a bunch of screenshots, and I already posted them. So, but let me see if I have notes properly. So we got a new frontier model. Let me share my screen with my notes. Wolfram, I've taken notes because I couldn't keep up. It was like a lot.
I took some screenshots as well.
Yeah, let's see. So we got, I think the craziest one is this one. So recently, OpenAI and some folks announced this new benchmark for math called Frontier Math. Frontier Math, for folks who don't follow this as close as us, is this extremely hard benchmark for math tasks. That was the previous state of the art on this was like 2%. All of the previous language models were able to solve only 2% of this benchmark. The reason for such difficult benchmark is because the previous math benchmark was saturated, and pretty much all of the even the 70 billion parameter models were solving around 90 to 100% of that. Not to mention DSM 8K. This was the most insane jump to me, that they got 25% of frontier math, a benchmark that was supposed to be super hard to solve immediately. Another one that I found incredible is GPQA Diamond. GPQA Diamond is Google Proof QA. Google Proof QA is just the whole point is you get PhD level science questions that are Google proof, that you cannot go and Google, like literally it's in the name. You cannot go to Google and ask those questions. You have to be an expert in this field, and O3 is solving, it's getting close to like 90%, 87.7, the jump above, a 10-point jump above O1. It's ridiculous. Like GPQA specifically is all about facts as well, and I think that's just like absolutely incredible. So that to me like stood out significantly, because we see that smaller models, for example, cannot get improvements on those tasks. Competition math for AI me, that this is like also a huge one. This jump in like to 96%, it's very close to solving. I think the joke that they had was the guy that was sitting there, I think he had the perfect score, and there's only one question that O3 cannot answer in AI me. So it's just absolutely crazy. You know what's funny? Now remembering this, during Dev Day, Sam Altman sat in front of the Dev Day crowd in San Francisco and asked this question. He said, raise your hand if you think that you're smarter than O1. And very kind of apprehensively, folks did like maybe 2 or 3 people out of the maybe 300 people that are sitting in the audience like raised their hand, maybe 2 or 3. And then he said, keep your hand up if you think that this is going to be the case with O2. No hands were up. No hands were up when Sam Altman asked if you think that you're going to be smarter than O2. Back then, it was still O2. So back then, it was still considered that this is going to be O2. So now it's obviously the trademark was announced, but I find it unbelievably incredible. Like 87 GPQA, like folks, like what is AGI if it's not this? Like honestly, like are we asking this question? At what point are we talking about AGI levels? Are we talking about this now? A year ago when we talked about AGI, is this it? Wolfram, what's before we go to the next eval, like what's your take on the whole AGI AGI thing.
Yeah, like I said, so the intelligence is there, but it needs to do something, and that is the part. In math or something, AI will always beat us, or not in math, but a computer can beat us in how quick it is. But if it's doing the right calculation, like the ice cube challenge that you always use as a test, so that is something where I think if it solves riddles and not just riddles, if it understands something at a deeper level, that is the thing. Like when we see the Zora and co, is it physics simulation or is it just repeating what it's saw? So the same applies to the language models. Is it more than just next token generation? Is it really thinking? And that is a big step forward if it can be so good in all these different tasks.
So we absolutely need it to be helpful to us, and we'll get there because they showed a demo of something that just absolutely blew my mind. So we need to get there. Let's talk about SWE Bench Verified, which is we talk about actual tasks. SWE Bench Verified, software developer benchmark, which is actual tasks. Verified is the cut down version of the SWE Bench benchmark. 71%, I believe, is like absolute state of the art. I haven't, like, I've seen SWE Bench examples, but I believe that SWE Bench Verified 71% is like absolute state of the art. It's insane. It's getting closer to solving 100% of software engineer tasks with O3. But the jump from 48% of O1 to 71 on O3, it's ridiculous. How should I say? The jump, like O1 was just released, what, this week? Like last week? 2 weeks ago? Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago. And now we're talking about, you know, O1 Mini getting released to us in end of January, maybe, and then O1 shortly after that. We talk about acceleration. Yeah, O3 is going to get 71% of SWE Bench Verified. It's absolutely insane.
Sonnet got 49%. Sonnet, Claude 3.5 Sonnet has 49% on this benchmark. So the O1 is about the same. And now we have a big jump again, a new generation of a model, if you will.
It's absolutely like a significant jump, like 71 from 49 on coding. This is, absolutely like a masterful coding thing. I want folks' reactions as well. Folks, tell me if I will ask this. Like, we have like many folks watching this. I will just ask this straight up. Do you guys think that this is AGI? Let's be open about this. Do you guys think this is AGI? And if not, tell us in comments why you don't think this is AGI. And for this to be AGI for you, what else do you need in terms of benchmarks or in terms of what it will do for you? Tell us in comments, what else do you need? And the last eval that they've had that completely blew my mind was the ARC prize eval. ARC prize per Greg Camerad, who came, and then Francois Cholet. They talked about it took 5 years for the ARC prize challenge to come from like 0 to 5%, I believe, something like that, he said. We can see the O1 series. This, I think, is the most incredible jump, the visualization. O1 series is the red dots. So we know the O1 Mini gets 8% on this challenge. And O1 ARC Prize is a very visual challenge. Very visual. It takes humans like fairly quickly to understand like where things going. It's a logical visual puzzle. O1 Mini gets 8%. O1 Preview 13% of questions. And then we got O1 with low, medium, and high reasoning efforts. As we talked about a couple times, you can tune O1 with reasoning efforts. So O1 with high reasoning efforts get 32%.
And all of these, I think, are within 3 months of each other. I think even O1 Preview, I think, was announced like about 3 months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 32% for O1 with high reasoning effort. 75% for low reasoning effort for O3. 75. And then 87%. Like this is getting closer to solving Arc Challenge with high reasoning effort for O3 series. Like this is getting closer to obsoleting this very high benchmark. Very like difficult. I think it's a $1 million prize as well for Arc Challenge, I believe. Arc prize. And O3 is getting like obviously I don't think that OpenAI will claim the $1 million prize because I don't think the foundational companies are viable for the prize, but it's getting closer to solve this like very difficult challenge that only humans, and the jump from the high reasoning effort from O3 to O1 is just absolutely ridiculous.
But isn't the score that they are giving the money for 85%? So did they beat it already? Did they win?
No, I think that you only win if you get like the full score, right?
I see something. $600,000 main prize for reaching 85%.
Oh, really?
But it may have been an older one. I don't know for sure. So.
Oh yeah. Folks are saying you only win if it's open source. If your solution is open source.
Okay.
But this is like the money is open source. Thank you, Raymond. So folks are saying this is not AGI. AGI will require something other than next token prediction. I don't know if this is next token prediction, folks. This is reasoning. This is like beyond next token prediction. I also have some other folks saying this is not AGI. I think we're beyond the one definition of AGI.
Yeah,
I mean it's general intelligence. Yeah. Is it? I think it could be.
I mean, in that sense, I feel like GPT-2 or GPT-4o to an extent is already like AGI if it's just something that can generally learn things that you feed it, right? But I think, like, at least for my definition, it's more around can something actually do like a significant portion or most economically valuable work, like actual work, right? And that's also OpenAI's definition, like for many years has been able to do most economically valuable work. So I think for that, there's benchmarks like Work Arena and other things that actually like simulate computer white collar work and knowledge work on a computer, and you have to use a keyboard and mouse and such. And I'm really interested to see what does O3 get on that, because I mean, who knows? Like maybe it does score really well on those, already better than like a huge portion of those workers. Maybe it's already able to control robotics if you plug it into a robot. Like we don't know what other abilities it has. So we'll have to see, but things look good for the next year or two.
Things look good for the next year, absolutely, because the next year is going to look crazy. All right, folks. So we've got evals for O3. They look absolutely ridiculous. We're about to hit 5,000 viewers as well, which is also crazy because people like OpenAI's releases. I think I did not get disappointed for the last day of the 12 days of releases. Let's run through the other things that we've got. So we've got O3 mini announcement for evaluations as well. O3 mini basically gets close to or beats O1. Absolutely demolishes O1 preview, which was with us for a while, right? So O1 preview was with us, and then O1 was launched 3 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago. So already the mini model, the next one, the pace of moving, like people expect the space, and I think people will need to get adjusted to the space. But like the next mini version, the faster one and the cheaper one, because we can see on the screen here, they don't show the cost, but they definitely show like approximation of the cost. The mini is going to be like probably faster and cheaper as well. The mini version beats the preview and the O1 mini version. So O3 mini is going to be significantly better. So on competition code, O3 mini gets almost 2,000 ELO score, which beats O1, beats O1 mini, beats O1 preview. It's incredible. O3 mini. God damn it. I'm going to have to get used to saying all these things. O3 mini is going to also get 3 reasoning effort settings. Reasoning effort low, reasoning effort medium, and reasoning effort high. So you'd be able to tune O3 mini to your specific needs, and then it will perform significantly differently. So on the low score, O3 mini gets 1,600 ELO score, which is around very similar to O1 mini, very close. But on the high score, it gets 2,000, above O1. So O3 mini can beat O1 with the high score, but probably going to be an order of magnitude cheaper. I think I heard Sam say order of magnitude cheaper, which is insane. It's on its own, it's insane. Because you can see the price performance here. Yeah? Like, I don't know if what these numbers mean. Cost estimated by O1 Mini. Yeah. Oh wait, sorry. O3 Mini cost estimated by O1 Mini. Okay. What else is very interesting? O3 Mini is going to launch with structured outputs, function calling, and function calling with structured outputs. And they're showing these to show us that the capabilities will not get reduced with those functions, which is also great. So this should be a great API model. Incredibly great API model for speed and coding. The live code bench for this is looking kind of ridiculous. Live bench coding looks very close to O1, and O1 seems to be very good. All right, folks. This is the announcement for today. Let's run through the 12 days super quick. I think that
just one thing. You know what impressed me the most was when they used it for coding an interface, which they then used to instruct it to do an eval on itself.
Let's look at this again. I really want to see like what he actually did, because I was like live, like doing this live. I want to see what he actually did. If it's here.
They didn't use cursor or something like that, so they just made their own interface for the demo purpose. But
oh, by the way, yeah, you're right. But before we go there, early access for safety testing was also here. Now they're offering safety and security researchers public red teaming access. So opening application process for safety researchers to explore and surface potential safety security implications for next frontier models. You can now apply and then test the O3 models. You can tell them who you are, where you're from, organization, names, collaborators, and then maybe you'll get access to these models. But let's try to see if we have a recording or already posted. It doesn't look like the recording is posted. Maybe I have it in the other tab. Yes, I have it in the other tab. Let's see if I have it. Yes. Okay. I have it. So let's take a look at the recording. So Wolfram, you're saying he did a demo where he basically asked O3 Mini. Was that Mini? Yeah, I believe it was Mini.
I don't know.
Let's take a look.
Mini. But he gave them the AP docs and that it should create a chat interface. So it did a text box and he could then talk to the mini model or something.
Yeah, let's take a look. It was here.
Terminal to execute the code automatically.
Let's see. Okay,
asking.
Here.
That was it.
Okay, so he ran through it. I want to read out the actual instructions that he has.
O3 Mini. And hopefully you can test out all the three different low, medium, high thinking time of the model. So let me paste the prompt.
Here's the prompt. I'm going to pause and read it to you guys. They showed it super quick. Write me a Python script which launches a server locally for an HTML file, which has a big text box. When I enter text into this box and press submit, it should send that request for code to the OpenAI O3 Mini something. I can't see it for some reason. With the reasoning effort, I think, how can I remove this? With some reasoning effort. Take the resulting code, save it as a temporary file on the desktop, then execute that file in the new Python terminal. A few more details. It can find my API key in tilde API key. So they provide the API key for OpenAI. Please add some extra prompting to the request to the API to specify that it should only return raw code without formatting, and you'll be executing on a Mac laptop. And then they provide an example for how to call OpenAI O3 Mini without low reasoning effort. That's it. That's basically it, right?
Amazing.
How did they get GPK? Oh, okay. Generate a code that evaluates O3 Mini with low reasoning effort on a GPK diamond. You need to download the raw file on OpenAI public blob core Windows.NET simple evals GPK Diamond CSV. The question is in question. So they defined kind of how to evaluate on GPK Diamond. For each multiple choice question, shuffle the options, give format instructions. If you need a reminder how to use the OpenAI API, look at this example. So basically, this is it. This is all it took. And the model wrote a Python script and executed the GPK Diamond, and it wrote like a little progress bar as well in the code. That's pretty dope. That was very impressive. I think O1 can do it as well. It feels like O1 Pro can one shot this, right, LDJ?
I'm not sure. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
But I think it's good that I think probably in the next few days they're gonna get some flack for, oh, you guys are announcing something again without even letting everyone access it yet, blah blah blah. But I think this is actually kind of good that they're doing more of the open part of OpenAI of actually showing us what they're doing before they've even finished safety testing it, right? Like I think we would kind of actually prefer that if we go back in hindsight and like, hey, do we want to see it early? Would we like them to have people publicly able to apply to safety test it? And yeah, I think it's good that they're allowing the community to help safety test it this way.
Yeah, so I just said, I think that opening up to the community to safety test, I think is important because as these models get more capable, like we just saw, I think they mentioned that only one person in OpenAI gets higher ELO score than this model. We're getting to a point where models are smarter than us, and OpenAI is like, hey, we need more people to help us test this because this is fucking, we're getting to a point where like, we're not sure how to test this more capable models. But also, yeah, I'm getting folks in comments saying, hey, are you comparing O3 Mini to O1 Pro now? Because I just said the O1 Pro can probably one-shot this. So yeah, I'll have to copy paste this prompt from here. Let me see if I can take a screenshot or something and then try to one-shot this as well with this exact prompt. Yeah. Right, folks, let's do a roundup of the 12 days because this is why you're here. Some folks are watching us. Let's do a roundup of the 12 days of OpenAI. I will just say, I said this yesterday on the stream. Many people on our X account, the releases. I think that this was a incredible push for many folks who work on OpenAI on many features. Yes, some of them are less comparatively to a frontier model. They're not at the same level. Obviously, you will not get a new model like O3 Mini every day. But I think that absolutely a banger 12 weeks. So let's speed run through them. And we'll give some assessments of ours now that we've been able to play around with them. Let's go. I will share my screen and we'll just go to their web page. I guess this will be the best. Screen 2, screen 1. I think this will be the best way to do it. We have a very nice, convenient page here with this. So we started this week a long time ago. It was 2 weeks ago. This was actually Thursday. If you remember, we were live, and this was our first. Was that December? Let me see. They had it here. December 5th? Wow, this was a long time ago.
Yeah,
almost a month ago. Yeah, 2 weeks ago. December 5th, we have Sam Altman and a bunch of other folks talking about a O1, which was announced just 2 weeks ago. Now we get O3.
So long ago.
It feels so long ago. So we got the system card for O1 and also O1 Pro mode. O1 Mini was announced before, O1 Preview we had before, O1 system card, and then we got like the evaluations and everything. We also got the introduction of a Pro account mode that costs $200 a month for ChatGPT Pro, which allows you to get O1 Pro mode, which is not O1 with reasoning effort high. We got this confirmed from the folks. It's a different system with more compute and some other things as far as we saw. This pro tier that I haven't personally subscribed to, which I thought that after today I may be compelled to, but no, we didn't get it. Things for longer, and they show some examples for that Pro system compared to O1. Very interestingly, now O3 beats that Pro mode as well. So that's actually a good comparison to do to see how O3 and O3 Mini compared to O1 Pro mode. But yeah, on competition math, for example, we saw a significant jump from the Pro mode. So this is what we got, and then we also see there's like this progress bar. Since those 2 weeks ago, many folks on our timelines are extremely impressed with Pro mode. I would say O1 on its own is a great model. Pro mode specifically, I'm getting multiple folks' gut feelings that this is like something else. People are very excited about this, pasting their whole libraries into it. The context window is incredible. It's just like people are very, very excited about O1 and ChatGPT Pro specifically. Anything to add there, LDJ, Wolfram?
Yeah, maybe that's a bit of the, I spend a lot of money, so I see the good things, But I'm already impressed with the O1 that we have in the normal account, in the Plus subscription. So I'm using it regularly. So I was using for months just Claude for everything. And now I'm always switching back and forth, seeing how the O1 does. And yeah, it often is better actually for some actual work tasks.
Yeah. I agree with you that it could be the fact that folks are putting $200 a month. So they could be kind of like, I'm paying for this, might as well be amazing. So yeah, this could be a little bit of that, but even on benchmark, this feels like it's a different model, or not a different model per se, but like a different experience for many folks. And also, if you wait for something longer, then maybe it's better. But
it would be interesting if we get O3 in which tiers O3 will be available. So do you have to be on the Pro account to get the high version or not? Stuff like that.
Yeah. So this was day one, and day one was very incredible. Many folks immediately signed up for the Pro tier. Pro tier also gave you access to voice mode, which in unlimited capacity, I believe, and a bunch of other things as well. Let's look at what else did it give you. Did they announce this here? No, it wasn't here. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. The next thing was the day after. Yeah, this was cool. This wasn't a launch. This was a kind of a wait list launch, but this was also very interesting. OpenAI announced reinforcement fine-tuning research program. So the way O1 works compared to other next token prediction models, etc., is by reinforcement learning on the chain of thought reasoning. Let's say this is from what we know and they said, and so they have announced that there's now a way to fine-tune O1 and I believe O1 Mini as well, to get O1 Mini to the level of O1. And they have announced that they have a alpha access to the reinforcement learning fine-tuning, RFT, they call it, reinforcement fine-tuning. And so the benefit of this would be uploading significantly less examples, and reinforcement learning on them would give you very, very good results for your O1 Mini to get to the level of O1. Again, spots are limited. Alpha access, not very applicable to many folks who are watching this. Maybe one of the less kind of exciting days, but probably for folks who did get access, what I understood from this was this is the same infrastructure that they've used to train O1, and this is like essentially access to their infrastructure to fine-tune and train. LDJ, what are your thoughts on this thing, especially as somebody who did some fine-tuning things?
Yeah, I wish that they published some type of blog post at least, because I was just checking if they released an O3 blog post, and they haven't, which makes me think...
O3? I'm talking about reinforcement fine-tuning, dude.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, I was just looking at the blog post right now. Okay, so for fine-tuning, I think this is big for academics, and especially for businesses that want to fine-tune on specific things, but they don't have teams of engineers to kind of curate that data and raters to pay to preference label it all. But I think it's going to open up a lot of like different, cheaper tasks that previously just weren't economically viable, even though the larger models could do them.
Yeah. I think the highlight there was like significantly less samples, which was cool, and for reinforcement fine tuning. Of course, the next day, which was okay. So this was like Thursday, and then Friday, and then this was like a Friday release. It was like underwhelming, blah 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 blah. Remember that Friday, Llama dropped, and Gemini 1206 dropped, right? So like this was like the least of very interesting things on that Friday. The next day, the Monday after this, was huge. Sora was finally here. After like 8 months of excitement, Sora was finally here with the system card. Sora built on learnings of DALL-E and GPT. Sora.com dropped with this amazing interface. So not only the model, but also this amazing interface of Sora.com. It's still amazing to this day. Like many people rushed. So many people, in fact, that they have underestimated the intensity with which folks will soar into Sora. Sorry for the pun. Not sorry for the pun. I'm very excited about the pun. They underestimated the excitement that people will be and have around Sora, the video generating model. And so they paused registrations for, I think, around like 5 days afterwards. I remember being on the road to New York APS as this happened. I think this was a very big splash of them for Sora specifically, as highlighted by the fact that many people just like rushed to start and generate videos. What do you guys think about this one? Have you generated videos with Sora since then?
It's still not available in the EU. So yeah, I was trying with the VPN, but that was when the login was
Paused.
get onto it was paused. Yeah, so I haven't tried since then because there are the other video models we have.
Yeah. So absolutely great release from them specifically because you can see the amazing like featured video wall of great like hand-picked generation of videos, and you can also do things like loop and remix. So you can take like other creations of folks, you can learn from them, like what was this prompt, etc.
I heard good things about that because a lot of people create videos with other tools and use them use the tools here to refine them.
And we had a chat with Blaine Brown yesterday on FridAI, who's a prolific video creator. He talked specifically about this. If you guys are interested, check out FridAI.news for that. Let me see, FridAI.news. Where's my... yeah.
Didn't want to interrupt LGJ. Did he try it?
Yeah, LGJ, go ahead.
No, I actually have not really tried Sora as of yet. I've seen a lot of friends use it, and it looks good. It seems like VO2 is probably better in like pretty much every way. But from what I hear, the actual interface is for Sora is probably the best out of any, like Luma Labs, VO, Pika. Like it seems like the interface of the storyboard feature, as well as being able to stitch different videos together and have like a set starting and end point. I think that's really a lot of the value here for Sora. And of course, they're going to make it better probably in the coming months and next 12 months and so.
Yeah, so the blend features and the remix features are just absolutely incredible. The remix features as well are absolutely incredible. So you can take an existing video and do stuff with it. So existing videos from like other places, those are amazing. So you can upload like a different video that you had and then blend together things. Which actually we should try. So Sora was a huge release, absolutely incredible. People were waiting for this from OpenAI. Yes, VO2 then came out and kind of like stole the thunder in terms of like just physics and quality. But AI-wise, like release-wise, Sora.com is a whole product. And there's like a whole feature set in there. And Sora is not only a video generation model, Sora can also do stuff like blend different videos together. Then we got Canvas the day after, so this was day 4. We got Canvas updates, so including, I think Canvas started to use code interpreter, I believe, and let's see what other updates there was there. I wasn't like following this super closely because I was already in New RPS. So Canvas suggests edits and adjusting the length and different things. I believe that coding in Canvas was like the big thing there. So coding inside Canvas can review code and add logs and comments. So code interpreter, and then you can like port into different languages as well. So that was super cool. And what else? Code behavior triggering the canvas for writing and coding, marking target edits. I believe that this was it. Yeah. I don't use Canvas often. How about you guys?
No, not often.
No.
I usually use the editor and then I have the AI via API, so I can do something inside the program. I don't like to copy and paste all the time.
Opens a Python server and shows me a big text box. Let's try to do what they did with this. Yeah. Yeah. So this is the new thing, the run Python code. So they can actually run Python code right now with code interpreter, which is pretty cool. And then refactor code, translate to Python, and check the bugs. So this is like the new stuff that you can like. It's kind of like cursor-ish, right? You can like ask for this. You can select code, and then you can ask GPT to like refactor code, refactor to something else. So like mid. It kind of looked like cursor a little bit, right? It runs line by line. It's pretty cool, but you would not write code in here because you would probably write code inside. But you can run, and yeah, run Python code. Let's see. That's pretty cool. It doesn't support WebSockets, obviously, because it's in there. But yeah, it's awesome. So great updates for some folks who are learning to code and learning to write with code and testing. What else? Suggest edits. Yeah. So Canvas for some folks who like want to iterate on some stuff and writing some Python code. Alrighty. Let's keep going. Where's our release date? So this was Canvas updates. I think that let me just say this. Compare it to some other Canvases experiences. There are a few more. There's a Canvas experience from Mistral and somewhat of a Canvas experience from Anthropic. Anthropic has artifacts, which is kind of like a Canvas experience, like it shows something. It's not a Canvas per se. Canvas is very slick, especially if you want to actually write some things. But working with code together, and then you can see a code review. You can actually do a code review with you. It's pretty cool. I wonder if it has access to console. Oh, whoa, code review. I haven't seen code review. Oh, this is dope. Consider Aaron Henry. Did you guys see this? I haven't actually saw this. I'm very excited. Did you guys see that? Wait, let me start again.
Like a pair programmer on your shoulder.
Yeah, let me start again. This is cool. So I can say, let me hop to, I don't have cursor here, but like, yeah, write a simple, fast API server in Python, but add 3 mistakes that a junior programmer will make. All right, I'm gonna run through this super quick because then we need to jump to the next things. Okay, so it opened the canvas immediately with the code, so that's super cool. Like it used to just show it, and then cool. After it finishes, I wanted to have it like to do a code review. Let's do a code review. I like this. Look, it shows me like bubbles and says, hey, consider editing input validation. And you can just hit apply and it will do the things. So code review on the fly on my code. I kind of like this.
Have you tried that in Cursor? By selecting some stuff and saying review it?
Yeah, it's kind of cursor-ish, but within the ChatGPT interface. Not everybody's paying for Cursor, right? You can fix bugs. I like it, especially if it runs Python. And you can do probably O1. No, O1 doesn't use Canvas. So we need to get O1 in there. All right, we're moving on. So Canvas, dope, with code interpreter in there, dope. The next one, day 5, was together with Apple. So on day 5, Apple released iOS 18.2. They finally released, for folks who were on beta for a while, Apple released iOS 18.2. And together with this, they launched ChatGPT and Apple Intelligence. What this means is you be able to, I actually just watch the replay super quick and show you how to actually do this, blah, 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 blah. You'd be able to do stuff like this. You'd be able to go into Apple Intelligence in Siri and then scroll down to ChatGPT, because there's an extension now. Only extension is ChatGPT, but supposedly future you can add other models, and then you could add your ChatGPT Plus subscription there, or you don't have to. You don't have to. You can use it for free, but you can add your subscription there to get like more from ChatGPT, and then you can ask Siri to ask ChatGPT. So Siri essentially becomes smarter. That's the big idea. So the integration with ChatGPT that we heard about during the Apple WWDC and that we waited for is finally there. And then you can ask ChatGPT to basically be integrated not only into Siri, but also into visual intelligence as well. So if you have one of the newer phones, visual intelligence allows you to point your phone visually onto a thing, and you will get a way to ask ChatGPT visually about the stuff that you're seeing. So here you can see like the working with ChatGPT. So it go and ask ChatGPT to do the stuff for you. So like a direct integration with ChatGPT. It is pretty cool. What else is there? What else do they have in that thing? I'm not really sure. You can take this conversation straight into ChatGPT afterwards. Pretty cool. And the integration goes beyond. So this is the visual intelligence that they're showing. And you can see the behind the scenes of how they're actually taping this. They don't have a teleprompter. It's pretty cool. That's pretty much it. What else they have? Apple Intelligence on the desktop. Do they also have ChatGPT integration there? Oh, they do. Okay, that's pretty cool. Do I have it here? Ask ChatGPT to write me a song. Does this work? Aha, look. Ah, amazing. Look, I'm doing this on the fly. ChatGPT integration. Connect. Enable ChatGPT. Like, I don't need this because I have ChatGPT Mac app. But yeah, integration on the iOS desktop, like macOS desktop as well. And here, I got a ChatGPT integration without even having to subscribe because I didn't connect the dots. So iOS and macOS integration as well. But it has access to what I'm seeing on the screen. Ask ChatGPT what I'm looking at. I'm not able to see what you're looking at to describe it. Okay, but it works with documents, so screenshots or something. All right, super cool. So this was like an announcement with, and it has integration with ChatGPT app. So Apple Intelligence, pretty cool. Generally, Apple Intelligence is kind of disappointing for many people. So this is at least a good part of it. So this was the announcement together with Apple. Comments on this, or moving on?
Yeah, I have one comment on this. I think they announced the screen share abilities and such in this live stream too, right?
Screen share? I don't think so.
I think it was either in this one or a later one. But either way, there's a screen share feature rolling out now where you can actually just have it see your screen. And then, I mean, it's really cool because you could speak to the advanced voice mode while it's seeing your whole screen. And then while you're just using your computer, like, hey, like, can you copy this link in this YouTube video for me? Or like, can you do these various things like on the fly?
I don't believe that this launched, LDJ. I think that we're still waiting for this. And this did not launch as part of ChatGPT. But
I know for sure I did see some people with the macOS app. Oh wait, right there?
No, this is only like work with apps. So
okay.
Yeah, you could have always like taken a screenshot, but screen share did not launch on macOS.
I think it's maybe some like people that beta or something, because I definitely remember people showing like macOS screenshots where it said like literally like turn on screen share and it was inside the advanced voice mode.
Yeah, well, I know that I'm waiting for that specific one, but it did launch with the iOS. So let's move on. It's this one.
Okay. Yeah.
Advanced voice mode with video. This was a big one. I was waiting for this one for a long time. The whole thing, though, that on this day, ChatGPT with Apple Intelligence Google also, like, should we do Google or we're doing only OpenAI? I don't know. But Google also launched Gemini 2.0 this day. And Gemini 2.0 came with real-time thing that you could do what LTJ, what you just said. You could do with Gemini 2.0. Like, you can share your screen and Gemini would just like tell you what you're seeing. It launched on this day. So this week was just absolutely insane. The day after, they announced advanced voice mode with video, and they brought this guy. If you guys remember this guy, this was the guy. This was the guy because of whom Scarlett Johansson. Let me go and like, just impress upon you how I'm like, this is Rocky. This was the guy. If you guys remember the announcement of like advanced voice mode back in fall, in spring, the spring update where they came up with this feature and like blew everybody away a day before Google I/O. This was the guy for whom like Scarlett Johansson like voice called Sky told him, "Hey, Rocky," and it was like very flirty. And because of that, like there was a whole thing where Scarlett Johansson family apparently called her and said, "Oh, OpenAI is using her voice, honey. You should sue them." And then she called her lawyers, and OpenAI took this voice down. This was the guy with whom Sky talked to, and in a flirty voice said, "Hey, you probably should take off this hat." So they brought this guy back. And then they brought him back because they finally announced this feature where ChatGPT can see you in the advanced voice mode. This doesn't work on desktop, at least not for me, LDJ, maybe for some other folks in beta. But now it does work on the iPhone. And can I show you this? I can show you this. Do you guys want to see this?
Sure.
Let me see if I can. Wait. I'm gonna do iPhone mirroring if I'm able to pull it up. I'm all excited. Come on. I'm not able to unload this for some reason, but I'm trying to.
Don't get locked out.
Yes, okay. iPhone microphone in use. Okay, let's see. Lock your iPhone to connect. I'm not able to do it because I'm doing live stream. So okay, never mind. I really wanted to show you guys, but I'm also doing like extreme. So anyway, we can show it here. We'll just show it here. We'll show it here. Blah 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 blah. So basically, like you guys remember, here's the face. You open advanced voice mode on the iPhone. You hit the video button. Advanced voice mode sees you, and then you can talk to it and it sees you. It's awesome. It is as awesome as they showed it in the beginning. You're limited to like 15 minutes a day, which is not enough. But also they announced Santa mode. And Santa mode does not keep your conversations, blah, blah, blah. Santa mode is so cool. Let's talk to Santa. Let's talk to Santa.
My kids love it.
My kids love this, man. My kids love it. You know what? Do your kids talk to it in German?
Yes, it works great in German.
My kids talk to it in Russian. It works amazing.
Yes.
It works absolutely amazing. Let's see if we can talk to this guy. Let's talk to Santa. Hey, Santa.
Oh, we don't hear it here on the video.
You cannot hear this? Oh, yeah. Santa, well, we're going to talk to you later because for some reason, some folks cannot hear you. But yeah, we'll talk to you later. Bye, Santa. Yeah, for some technical issues, I'm restraining. Never mind. So we'll just show Santa here. They talk to Santa. No, so where's Santa?
And I didn't hear audio this time as well.
Can you hear now? No. Okay. So anyway, we'll skip the audio for now. Santa mode is just adorable. This could be one of the coolest things that they released, honestly. My kids absolutely love talking to Santa. It speaks multiple languages. They reset the limits for advanced voice mode. It's with video, so you can show Santa your tree and have kids talk to it. It's a little confusing to kids because like it's a phone call to Santa, but they don't see Santa, so it is a little confusing for kids who still believe. But absolutely love it. Absolutely
my youngest still believes in Santa, but he said that wasn't the real one. And I said, "How do you know?"
Yeah, they think it's a real one. And then my kids saw a show with Santa, and they refer to the show stuff that, like, you know, the show Santa gave him presents. Like, Santa, do you remember giving us presents? And he's like trying to get away. So yeah, I absolutely love the advanced voice mode video. I've used it already a couple times, and the Santa mode was a brilliant move from OpenAI. AIs need to be used for good, and this is just like a very good feeling type release. So whoever worked on this, yes, absolutely yes. Thank you. Whoever worked on this, if you're listening to FridAI, whatever we're on right now, thank you. This was dope. I really appreciate it. Don't listen to the negative comments. Fuck those guys. Santa
I love
was
it
so
that we
dope.
have some fun stuff as well, and not just productivity.
Yes, like
AI can be used for fun, and that helps adoption a lot.
it's really fun to just chat with Santa. Like we're part of it. You remember, like, during holidays, like Halloween also, like we should do it for fun, like, because we might as well enjoy what we're going. Like, it's not only productivity. I agree with you. So this was Santa in advanced voice mode with video. I've been waiting for the video stuff. Not only video, the thing that LDJ, you said the screen, the video thing also shares your screen with the iPhone. So now you can do stuff like this, which is super cool. You can share your like messages as you type them, and you can like help advanced voice mode to craft replies, like to people. So you can like actually like go into ChatGPT now and like help it craft a reply for you, which is super cool. If you guys have used, if you're still listening to us somewhere, if you guys used advanced voice mode with video, give us a comment on how you creatively used it. If you shared your screen or if you shared your video, tell us how you've used it creatively. All right. The next one is projects. I have actually never tried the project, so I don't know what this is about, because I don't know if they launched a blog post or anything. But I know generally as a concept what projects are about. I think the project is like collecting things together. So let's do a birthday planning project.
And the prompt, that's a cool thing, not just collecting stuff, but also giving it a special prompt, so you can use it for characters, for example, or specific use cases.
Interesting. So you have instructions, specific instructions per project, right? You have files per project, which is kind of like GPTs.
Yeah, basically build your own GPT for yourself.
So what's the difference between GPTs then? Then you can
yeah, web search and stuff that you can enable, and function calling and additional add-ons like that.
Interesting.
And you can share them. I don't know if you can share these, but you could just create a character and give it some memory, some files and stuff like that.
Overly happy birthday planner that's obsessed about being on time and balloons. Sounds like this, and you can add files.
Rapid.
Yeah, and speak very rapidly. Very rapidly. With a German accent. So we're building, for folks who are just listening to us, we're building a project right now to see, and then you can do view tools. You have picture in Canvas, and you can add, oh, this is the regular connecting, uploading, and add files. And you can add files to the project for the context thing. And then chats will show up here. Hey, my birthday is not for another 6 months. Do I really need to plan it right now? Okay. So basically, like, you basically collect like chats in a specific thing. So for example, if I have FridAI related things, I can upload the previous episodes. And so if I have FridAI specific chats, I can have them under a project for FridAI. I don't need to repeat those in instructions. I have the custom instructions. That's pretty cool. That's actually very useful. We said nothing is productivity, but this is very useful.
I actually have some prompts I use all the time, like translate stuff or improve the writing. And You can use a project for each, and then you don't have to repeat the prompt. Just go on the project and give it the writing you want it improved or translated or stuff like that.
Yeah. So it looks like organizational, and you can collapse them so that you can organize. Okay, cool. Very interesting. Next one, but like a small life improvement thing for the UI. I think some other places also had projects. I think Entropic has projects. Next one is ChatGPT search. And search specifically, I saw people get disappointed, and I want to call this out. They enabled search for everyone. Above 300 million free users got search. I remember a time. You guys remember this time where are you? Where connecting AI to the internet was considered the end of the world. Do you guys remember, like a little bit, or 2 years ago, somebody said that the second we connect AIs to the internet, we're done. We are done. It will escape the lab, and the death of us all is going to come. And now it's fine. We're still here. It's all good.
Yep.
And now everyone got access to search via ChatGPT search. And I think it's a big deal. It's an operation for OpenAI. And then I think it's a big unlock for many people because, as we know, these models hallucinate, and they hallucinate less when enabled search. And things like weather, for example, works way better when you enable search, because when you ask it, what's the weather in Denver, it wouldn't know because it's not in the training data. I don't have real-time weather data. But if you go and oh shit, I opened O1. I definitely did not need O1 for this question. But if you open, let's say for over search, you say, what's the weather in Denver right now? It will go and search the web and give me the weather in Denver, which is going to be accurate. But also they added maps. So you can also see like, what's the best restaurant for burritos in Denver on a Friday?
Search is super important. An AI without search, you never know what is hallucination, what is fact, and it's not real time. And especially for people new to AI, they don't understand all of that. They ask a question, they get an answer, and then they are disappointed if it's not true.
Yeah.
So search is absolutely important for grounding in reality. And now it's for the free users as well. So they raise the level that they can do. They are in direct competition with Google and also Perplexity, which also has projects and stuff. So they are going more in that direction as well with the search integration. I love it. And it's for the real-time voice mode. Not everybody has it yet. It rolled out partially. I already have it and I love it. I was missing it so much. Now I can talk about anything and it just searches the web. That's great.
Let's see if I have it.
I don't have the video mode, but
What is
there.
this? What is this thing? Wait, I got it. LDJ, look.
You're not sharing your screen right now.
I got the folks. I got the share screen on the desktop, not desktop app, but the web app.
Oh, nice.
But,
okay.
But not desktop. So now ChatGPT can look at my desktop via my screen.
You want to try a little demo right now?
Yeah, sure. Let's do it. Hey, ChatGPT. You guys won't be able to hear the sound, I think.
Okay.
You're not sharing your screen right now.
Hey, Santa, what do you see right now? Wait, I can fix this. I can have you guys look. Let me see if I can share screen properly that you can let me see. Let's see if I'm logged into the right thing.
Ho, ho, ho!
Okay.
Happy holidays!
Okay, Santa.
I've been going over my nice list, and you're just the person I want to talk to.
For folks who are listening and are not sure like what's going on, we're trying to get share screen. I'm not sure it's going to work here. Yeah, it works.
Ho, ho, ho!
Hey, Santa. What's going on? What am I showing? What do you see now on the screen? Santa? Hello? Dear Santa? Hey, Santa. Doesn't look like it's working. Anyway, folks, I tried. It doesn't seem to be working, but I did get the option to like share my screen with ChatGPT. It doesn't seem like it's working, but it, like at least on the web, I got the option. But basically, getting back to our flow before we dropped off, ChatGPT with search is now available to free users, but also via the voice. So let me try the voice thing and ask it for weather. Hey Santa, what's the weather in Denver? Yeah, it says mostly sunny. Yeah. So it does go and search. It's just the right weather for a stroll. Yeah. So it looks like, yeah, access to search via chat. That's dope. That's really, really, really good. Yeah. 12 days of OpenAI. So, we're not sharing screen. Let's back to share screen. Some folks are saying can see screen. My apologies. We are here. Whoop. Sorry. Got lost there for a second. Share screen. Screen 1. Right. Where are we? Search. So yeah, search. I think the search was great. Honestly, voice mode with search for free people. So for free, for search for 300 million free users of ChatGPT. Maps integrated with search. Great. This one was huge. The day after the mini dev day, I think this was like one of the biggest days up until like maybe today. OpenAI 01 was finally released out of preview. This is basically what this day was. Not only that, OpenAI released 01 a week after the 01 release that started this whole thing. They released a new version of 01 already, 2024 1207. This was the new version. They already showed different metrics from before. Like they kept training it for a week or whatever. It started to be supported via API, so we'd be able to use this. It supported structured output, supported function calling, supported vision via API, all of these things. And then they introduced the new developer messages. They also introduced reasoning effort. Reasoning effort is a way to provide the 01 a way to tell it how much to think. I just so happens to have, do I have it still? I think I have it. Yes. I just so happen to have my evaluation handy here to show you guys that it actually like is very, very important because I did an evaluation between the 3 modes. And you can see here that while on the actual answers, like the low effort reasoning gets a little bit less than 50% of the questions, on the latency, the model significantly, the red one here is the reasoning effort high. The model thinks for significantly longer time, just significantly longer, like almost 3 times longer. This is like 33 minutes that I waited for the end of the model to answer. Those are 10 questions times 3, so like 30 questions basically, and significantly many more tokens on the large effort thing. So like a lot of difference between the reasoning efforts. So this is what they introduced, reasoning efforts in addition to in the API. They also added a new fine-tuning method as well, which is unlike the previous fine-tuning method they didn't get access to. This one now has we have access to. This one is a DPO, LDJ. We talked about this on the podcast. This is a direct preference optimization fine-tuning, so you can provide for the model what to learn and what not to learn, and a bunch of real-time improvements for the API as well, specifically pricing drop-down for 60% cheaper, and also a new model that's 10x cheaper than that as well. So you can do real-time API. So the real-time voice mode that we just heard, you can do via API now, and it's going to cost you 60% less than a week before. And then if you use the 4.0 mini for the real-time, it's going to cost you 600 times cheaper. I don't know, 600%, 60%, and 10x cheaper than this. So like a lot of updates that day. And also new and Go and Java SDK. For developers, this was a very big one. I think this was like one of the biggest ones. And also a WebRTC integration, which was like big. Anything else I missed for this one, folks? I think this also. O1 became extremely, like, significantly faster than before. O1 used to be like this whole drag that you call out and like we wait, and now it's became significantly faster. For WebRTC, this is all of the code that's needed for running advanced voice mode right now. This is it. This is all of the code. After you get this ephemeral token that they have, this is a new thing they also launched. You now can authenticate with the API. This is it. This is the whole code. I think this was a big release from them, like a very big release from them. Mini Dev Day. They call it Mini Dev Day. They also like replace people on the screen. This is my favorite one. This is like the one that people complained about the most, and this is my favorite one. 1-800 ChatGPT. This was day 7, day 10. 1-800 ChatGPT was apparently a hackathon project, internal hackathon project that they did in there, and I love this one. Like, honestly, I love this one. I think this is super cool. Many grandmas that don't have like a ChatGPT app can just call it, and apparently many people did. So basically, what this is a free, toll-free number in the US and Canada, where you can just call and advanced voice mode answers. You can talk to ChatGPT. I think it's extremely cool. Like one of those like Santa type things you can just call. For those of us with an app with advanced voice mode, it's not necessarily very useful. But I don't know. I stored it as a contact. LTJ, did you call it? I called it immediately.
Yeah, I also called it immediately as soon as I saw it on the screen. And yeah, it's cool, but it doesn't know your account information. So even if you have your phone number attached to your ChatGPT account, it still doesn't have your memories and still doesn't know your name or system prompts.
But just something like this dropping, like, I don't know, 6 months ago, just in the middle, just absolute like excitement. In the middle of 12 days, maybe for folks who are like waiting for O3, this may look like silly, but I found it like very in the spirit of Christmas and holidays, and like with the with the antlers and everything. I found it like absolutely delightful. And also they announced the WhatsApp message. You can WhatsApp message this number, and they announced like integrations afterwards with WhatsApp message.
And makes AI more accessible. Powerful AI with app search and everything. If that is there as well, that's great. And if you get in trouble with the law and you can make just one phone call, you know who to call.
Justin Umberti. So this guy who invented the WebRTC concept, he talked about the fact that they built a new SIP service in a matter of weeks. I just want to highlight that this is not just something they built with Twilio. OpenAI built a new SIP service on their own. Like, this is a whole... OpenAI doesn't, like... Do you guys understand what it means when OpenAI announces a phone number? This is like millions of people call this number. It's like a big thing. When people are like, they reached the phone. No, you have to make sure the phone number, that something answers on the other side. You have to make sure like it's stable. They built a SIP service in a matter of weeks. It works great in the car. You can dial. It's super cool. I liked it. Works with apps. So this one we actually saw live yesterday. And we weren't super excited about this one. Although I will say we cut off short. So we had other things to do. But ChatGPT app has this thing where you can click this one. Why is Warp not here? Yeah, Warp. No, open Warp. So Warp is this terminal. Notion, they added a bunch of new apps to... Let me clear. Let me close this guy. They've added a bunch of new apps to the chat macOS integration. And you guys can see my screen, right? And then when you click this guy, or you don't even have to click this. That's the cool thing. You have a shortcut, Command-Shift-1. Accessibility permissions. Sure, let me give you accessibility permissions for a second, ChatGPT. Although I am scared, but okay. You guys are seeing this live, demo live, okay. Command-Shift-1. You guys can see that there's now a launcher that immediately starts with working with Warp. And it has access to whatever I have here. So ls, my directory. And I can say, Command-Shift-1, what are some of the files in my directory? So it has access to the contents of what I have within my app. And you can see that like it has the right directories. It reads from this thing. Now, the difference between what we just talked about in terms of launching at my screen, it has access to stuff off screen as well. I think that this is like the most important thing that I missed yesterday. This is like the most important screen. So it has access to like tools, chest, whatever. If I go, let me move ChatGPT away. If I like do cat requirements txt, cat requirements txt again, or like cat, oh, I got stuck. 1 second. Less again. So, whoops. I'm getting too excited. What are some of the requirements files that I have here? So now it sees the requirements that I have based on here. If it only looked at my screen, it wouldn't be able to do this. So the integration with the app allows it to have access to the actual text context, which I think is super cool, which is super useful, right? So it knows like about TweePy, for example. I have TweePy somewhere here. You see, 1DB, weights and biases for machine learning experiment tracking, Weave, likely for observability and insights, specific for a project. How does it know about observability and insights about Weave, where Weave is a new package? That's incredible. That's incredible. Yes. How do you know about Weave? Tell me more about Weave. I enabled search. Let's see if it finds about Weave. It's incredible. So now you can combine the stuff together with search. So function tracing, evaluation, etc., and people and so on. So you guys see how like things are coming together, right? It can work with you. The cool thing that we cut off yesterday from the stream was it now works with Notion. And you guys know why it's cool with Notion is because I don't pay our company decided not to pay for this. Let me close this so you guys don't see like our proprietary AI stuff. But like our company doesn't pay for Notion AI. I asked, they decided no, but now I don't have to. Why? Because I'm in Notion and I was like, hey, plan a birthday party for Thursday 100th episode. Go away, Notion AI. Bake cake. Think of themes. And then whatever. And then I can do Command Shift 1. And then now it works with Notion. It has access to Notion. And I can say, continue my checklist. And now we'll know what Thursday is. And then we'll continue about like, it will continue within my thing. I think it's super cool. I think like the access to Notion and the access to other tools. Let's see what other tools they have. So I have Warp for the terminal, Cursor works, PyCharm, script editor, notes, etc. So I think the collaboration with search and also O1, that's also dope. Because, even though Cursor has O1, it doesn't always work, for example. So that's great.
This is some kind of conflict where you have the operating system provider integrating AI, the apps have AI integration, and yeah, which one will prevail in the end? We will see.
So that's a good question because Warp has AI, and they want you to pay for this. Warp has like AI here, and your user is like 4 out of 100, and then you have to upgrade for more AI. So that's very interesting that they showed Warp, and they basically are kind of like using, yeah. That's a very good question. And then also OS. Everything is built in with AI. We should probably talk about this next one. So this is that. And I think the last day was today, and we talked about today. I think we successfully covered the 12 days of OpenAI's releases. And yeah, we've been at this for longer than our usual, pretty much as our usual chat is. But I think that besides like one waitlist, there was like the fine tuning with RL, and today was a big announcement. Today, obviously, O3 and O3 Mini with the evals. We talked about this in the beginning, and now we cut up to the end. I think it was a great release week from OpenAI. Absolutely, like banger features one after another. Highlights, Wolfram. What's your highlight?
Yeah, my highlight is probably O1, of course, because that is the most useful thing for me personally, but also web search being available in the advanced voice mode. That is great. So you can, for example, you can take a shower and talk to the AI about your day and have it access the web to have some real planning. So I'm asking about AI stuff all the time and get the news that way. So the AI is searching on the web and giving me my individual news that way.
Yep. LDJ, your highlights out of the 12 weeks.
In 12 days.
12 weeks. Felt like 12 weeks, but 12 days.
True, yeah. My highlights would be advanced voice mode with screen share. That's something I've been waiting for a while, and it's cool you just got access. And of course, O3, and actually ChatGPT Pro. I know a lot of people have been kind of making fun of it, but I've actually kind of been expressing this desire for something that you could pay for a subscription monthly, where you can use way higher rate limits or unlimited usage more than what these current subscriptions allow you to get. So yeah, those are probably my main 3 highlights.
Yep. I would say mine is O1 in the API outside of preview with the reasoning effort dial. I've been waiting for this dial. I've been waiting for folks to be able to like turn it on and off. And it looks like we're gonna get it in O3 Mini as well, which is dope. And O3 Mini and O3 January announcement today, which like I think AGI adjacent. And like there's nothing else to say. Like it breaks ARC AGI price very close. So those are the highlights. On the fun side, the Santa mode with Vision together. The same day announcement of Santa mode with Vision together. That's absolutely dope. There's like the fact that like my kids can talk to it and like show things and Santa will answer. Like, it's absolutely amazing. So those absolutely, folks. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in with us. We did a recap. I think it's super cool. Thank you for OpenAI and everybody who works there for this amazing stream of releases. We really appreciate the work that you guys did. And we're here to celebrate this. And hopefully everybody who worked really hard on these releases has a very nice holiday break. And hopefully nothing of this breaks and brings you back to the office. And everybody who tunes in, we are here every Thursday. We talk about everything that happens in AI every week. So we're here every Thursday on thursday.news. You can follow us on everywhere. And by the way, all of these shows are sponsored by Weights and Biases Weave, like you just saw. So hit that 1B.weave thing and check out Weave. And other than that, we'll see you probably next Thursday. We'll see if the holiday things align. And if not, then happy Christmas, everyone. Cheers. Bye, folks.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Bye-bye.